Hello again, and I want to ask you something before I start giving you those advice. Is watching my videos since the beginning until the end, because I show different things, different techniques and different trees. And if you lose part of the video, you don't understand what I want to show you on a video. So keeping going, and I was talking about the three types of fertilizer are required to give very nice care on our beautiful trees. So the first one is nitrogen. The nitrogen is very important for proper growth. Don't forget that. The second one is phosphorus. Phosphorus is for proper root growth. You know, the tree, we don't need just to care about the tree, the trunk and the branches. The roots, they are very important. If you know are looking for, if you know are looking and giving the right care about our tree on the bottom, so with the roots, so we're gonna damage the plant, and the tree is gonna be very ill. So we need to be really very careful with that. So don't forget, phosphorus is very important for a proper root growth. The third thing is very important, and the fertilizer we need is the potassium. Potassium for cell regeneration and the production of fruits and flowers. You know, we have got some bonsai trees. They bear some beautiful flowers in the springtime and summertime. So we need really to give them a potassium. Potassium is very important to cell regeneration. So water the plant before fertilizing. Before fertilization is very important to water our trees. And fertilization shouldn't be done during dormant time. Why? Because, you know, the tree, if no in dormant time, is growing. If it's growing, you know, if you're going and you know, for example, doing the pruning time, the pruning work, you're gonna damage and you're gonna stress the tree. So it's very important to be very careful. Fertilization shouldn't be done during the dormant time. If you're going to put some fertilization, some fertilizers on a tree during the dormant time, the tree is going to be stressed and is going to die probably. So don't do it. Okay? Is some advice I'm giving to you, and you know, if you see at the end of your work, you're gonna learn a lot of things, and you know, you're gonna see your tree growing with health. Okay? Season of the bonsai plant is, you know, you have to choose the right season to do all these kind of things. So use liquid fertilizers for outdoor bonsai and solid fertilizers for indoor bonsai. That is very important, you know. All of us, we have got some beautiful trees. They are inside our nurseries. And why? Because if you are talking about tropical plants, tropical trees, we can't leave them outside under a strong winter. And you know, mainly in Europe, European climate temperatures in winter, they could be very cold, and the tropical plants, they couldn't survive under these kind of temperatures, about 0 degrees or 1 or 2 degrees. Other trees, they support that. They live because they are from countries where there is a strong winter as well. So don't forget that. Use liquid fertilizers for outdoor bonsai and solid fertilizers for indoor bonsai. The third thing, very important, I was talking about fertilizers and watering. Now, don't forget that. What is the best temperature for my bonsai? Outdoor bonsai trees is depending of specimen, and the origin, you know. Then if you are talking about tropical native trees, we have to be very careful with winter, okay? Do not keep trees directly under sunlight during summer between 12 o'clock and 3 p.m. and 3 p.m. Why? Because, you know, the sunlight is very strong, and you know, the trees, our trees, they don't like that. Okay, you have to put our trees, to leave our trees on right positions to receive the sunlight, because it's very important in the morning and you know, the end of the afternoon, but never when the sunlight is really strong and it is very hot. So be careful with these kind of things I'm talking about. So the fourth thing is very important is, which is the best soil for my bonsai trees? There are a lot of different soils, but bonsai trees are commonly growing in pots, and so soil should be carefully selected. Is very important. Bonsai soil mixture must have good water retention, drainage and airing. This is very important. That's what I said for myself. The first and you know, the best one is Akadama soil, a Japanese volcanic soil, because the drainage is fantastic and could make a fantastic retention of water as well. That's only what the plant needs. So Akadama is a perfect soil mixture, though it is extremely expensive and needs continuous reporting. So, you know, we know to get some Akadama soils, even in Europe, is very expensive. You know, we know that, but you know, everybody who can get, you can afford a Akadama soil, that is the best one. And you can use as well peat moss, sand and perlite can also be used as a mixture soil. I use as well because, you know, you have to know, it's very important to know the kind of plant and which soil is the best one to for the tree. So try to learn is very important before you are creating and you are working and buying bonsai trees. You have to know exactly of which kind of specimen you are buying and you are working. So the fifth thing is very important. How often should I report my bonsai trees? That's a very good question. When leaves start becoming yellow and the roots start drying, you should report your bonsai. So it's very important. I tell you something, this is true, this is right, but I prefer to get a tree with yellow and dry leaves and brushes. So be careful, and before that's happened, you know, you have to report straight away. So normally, if you are talking about this kind of trees with this size, for example, it's a medium-sized tree, and we can report him every 2 years. Is the best time to change all the pots and the soil. When we are talking about big trees, you know, really big trees, the pot is bigger, the quantity of soil is a lot more, so we can report and change the soil every 3 years. That's what I used to do every time with my fantastic bonsai trees. So this is very important. There are some things just to finish. When leaves starts becoming yellow and the roots start drying, you should report your bonsai. That's what I said. Cut down all damaged roots and remove the infected soil from the roots. This is important when if you get some trees already with disease, with problems. When the leaves start being yellows and the branches that start being dry, that means the tree is really ill. And be careful, and we need really to be very careful with the plant. I've got 2 points more. You can watch on next video. Okay?